Many retirees make the mistake of going all in on cash or annuities, thinking it protects them when in reality, it could leave them vulnerable to inflation and long-term shortfalls. True retirement security means balancing safety with growth to preserve purchasing power. Today, we'll explore smarter strategies that generate income without taking on full market risk.
Welcome to Leibel on Fire with Amazon best-selling author and Yields for You portfolio manager, Leibel Sternbach. Leibel on Fire is supported by our ETFs, Yields for You Strategy A and Relative Strength Manage Volatility. Our mission is to help 1 million people retire with financial security. Now, the financial independence and retirement show dedicated to helping you build the life of your dreams as fast as possible with as little stress as possible. It's Leibel on Fire.
Leibel Sternbach is here with us today to talk about these strategies. Hello, Leibel. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Unbelievable. You know, I don't like making mistakes. A lot of retirees make the mistake of going all in on cash or annuities, thinking it protects them when in reality, you've told us before that it leaves us vulnerable to inflation and long-term shortfalls. So true retirement security means balancing safety with growth to preserve purchasing power. Today, let's look at some smarter strategies that generate income without taking on the full market risk. So my first question in this regard, Leibel, why is going all in on cash or annuities one of the biggest mistakes that a retiree can make?
The biggest issue with cash, right, is that you're not growing faster than inflation, right? You're going negative, right? So every year that you see that inflation headline, every year that you're paying more money at the grocery store for your groceries, that is money coming out of your pocket, right? And so although your account balance doesn't go down, the purchasing power goes down, right? So you need to really consider that to be a negative. And the biggest danger in retirement, right? It's not that you're going to lose 50% of your money to the market. It's that you're going to take your money out when the market is down. And now when the market is down, we can see our account balance is down. But when we look at our bank account, we're like, oh, well, our bank account is the same and we're spending money out of it. We're kind of, ignoring the thing that we can't see, which is inflation. And inflation is really eroding our buying power. And so when you add inflation to market losses, all of a sudden you've got a killer scenario, which is kind of where we find ourselves right now. We've got a huge amount of volatility and we have really high inflation. And, the federal government just doesn't seem to want to do anything to really fix this long term. And so inflation is probably here to stay for a while, which means we need to make sure our cash is growing as aggressively as possible.
Everyone, we're talking with Leibel Sternbach about some of the mistakes that retirees make. I'm wondering, talk about the inflation eroding a safe retirement portfolio, and why is that risk often overlooked? Nobody wants to see an erosion in any type of instrument.
So like everything, right, it's the squeaky wheel is what gets the oil, right? And when you look at what are the things that get our attention, right, the headlines get our attention. Our account value going down in value gets our attention. But when we look at our bank account, when we look at high yield savings, right, we're like, oh, okay, it's keeping steady, right? And we kind of ignore it. But the reality is when you take what we're getting and you deduct how much inflation we're losing in buying power, we're actually going negative, right? And so it doesn't get a lot of attention. It's not sexy. It's, financial advisors don't talk about it because it's hard to compete. They may not have a strategy. That's why I launched my YFYA ETF, was because a strategy didn't really exist in the market for it. We were the first to come out with an all-income ETF strategy. JP Morgan and BlackRock and, all the big boys came and saw our filing and decided to copy us. But we were the category creator, right? We came out and we created this category of you need something that's kind of low risk, but is going to get more returns on cash. And so it's really important to make sure that your cash is growing even more than the growth, right? There's lots of ways to get growth. But if your safe money isn't growing, then by definition, it's going backwards, right? As all the MBAs like to say in the 90s, right? If you ain't growing, you're dying. And that's really true when it comes to your retirement savings.
It's in everybody's lives these days.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the great information. And that website, once again, in case you missed it, is yields, the number 4, the letter U, YFYA.com. We got to leave it right there, and we've learned today that playing it safe with cash or annuities can leave your retirement vulnerable to inflation and income shortfalls. Nobody wants that. The goal isn't to eliminate risk, as Leibel's told us, but to manage it wisely with strategies that balance stability and growth together. With the right approach, you can preserve your wealth and stay ahead of rising costs.
If you would like to see how the Yields for You team can help you get off the Wall Street roller coaster and save you money on taxes so you can live the life of your dreams, book an appointment online at yieldsforyou.com or call 410-914-4894.
Yields for You is a registered investment advisor in the state of New York and only transacts business in states where the firm is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. Registration as an investment advisor is not an endorsement. Information presented on this program is believed to be factual and up to date, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. Discussion should not be construed as an offer to buy or sell or solicitation of any offer to buy or sell the investments mentioned. Annuity guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Content should not be viewed as legal or tax advice. Always consult an attorney or tax professional regarding your specific legal or tax situation.